If anyone's in the chat, please tell me if you can hear me. Oh, that doesn't help. I don't want to start this until I'm pretty sure I have this. I don't know how I can tell how many people are in here. Crap, I'm sure not a lot of people are going to join, but all right. Is there anybody? Can anybody hear me? Gary, can you hear me? Please tell me if you can hear me. I want to drop these lines fast as possible. All right. One person said they can hear me. We're dropping these lines down. All right. Let's get this started. I literally only have 3 pieces of bait yet, so I don't want to waste. I don't want to waste it. All right. We're 96 feet. We're going to be suspending 3 and walking 1. I got 2 phones, so I got one phone that I can see to chat with and talk into. You guys are gonna have to look at the back of my head until I until I catch a fish. Unfortunately, that's my better side anyway. Now this is more of a test for tomorrow because I plan on going live during the day tomorrow. I have exactly 4 pieces of bait left, and I figured I might as well test out my live now. And we're not going to be true bumping. We're going to be walking baits here. So 96 foot of water out to the side away from the tankers and the barges. All right. So it took 126 feet of line to get to the bottom and 96 foot of water. I'm only running 12 ounces, by the way. I wish I had bigger, but it is what it is. Just getting the job done. I'm fishing on a shelf. So, and the baits I have are absolutely massive. Oh, Dave, what's up, bud? You know, it's funny. The main reason I'm live is because I know I'm the last person out here. So I want to make sure that if something terrible happens, everyone sees it and can, someone can call the Coast Guard, come get me. All right, I'm pretty sure I'm going to need a 4 ounce to walk baits here. I got a 3 right now. You know what? We'll start with a 4. I am using Jeremy Chase's bumping rod. I am testing it out. So tomorrow, I might white lie and say, using Jeremy Chase's bumping rod for the first time. For anyone who knows, I typically only run Anvil. Big fan of the Anvil rods. I think I'm technically on their team. I don't know. I know I can get a code for people to use. That's just not me. I just be honest with everyone about everything. They've been really cool. I've talked to the owner or texted with the owner and talked to them a few times. They're really cool. And I really like how they do their pro staff stuff. You get paid from rods that you sell, I'm pretty sure. I don't know the specifics, but all right, let's see how long it takes for the 4 ounce to get down. Lisa, it is 8-month-old shad. That is what's for bait. 8-month-old shad. So, and 1 skipjack. I've got 1 skipjack, courtesy of Sandra Linecki and Joe Hatfield. All the baits, courtesy of Joe Hatfield. All the shad. Gary, the time tomorrow, I really don't know. I really don't know what time live I'm going to go tomorrow. If I'm around anglers who don't want me to go live, I might have to find somewhere else to fish. So, because tomorrow is the tournament. All right, let's see here. Current's pretty slow. We're only in like 1.1 to 1.2 mile an hour current. And that's off. I'm off behind a spillway, and that increases the speed. Four's kind of working. I might have to change it to a 3. All right, barge check real quick. All right, no barge. 4 seems to be working decent out here in 96 foot of water. Cameron, I am Louisiana. I am Norco, Louisiana. If there's like a constant ringing in the background, I unfortunately can't change that because we're in the industry center of the United States. It's incredible, all the industry around here. Oh, Lisa, I use bait older than a month essentially every time I go out. It's kind of like my thing. We'll be at tournaments or we'll go fishing, and I'll pull out like an already used skipjack that I caught 4 fish on 3 months ago that I kept and refroze. Oh, there we go. Fish on, fish on. Oh, no. I only have, that was my last piece of bait. No. Oh, no. I have one itty bitty tail piece left from the shad. I maybe I can walk that. Unless the bait didn't fall off. Barge check. All right, we got a barge coming down. Oh no, we got a tanker coming down. Okay. I'm way off to the side though, I'm good. The only way I'd be in the way is if he was actually docking at this dock. Oh, he took it. Oh, that's a heartbreak. This live might end really, really quick because maybe I'll suspend it for a little if I run out of bait. This is the smallest bait I've used. This is like a normal size bait I would use on the Ohio River. This is about to be the smallest bait I've used all week. This is literally 2-inch by 1-inch size bait. Oh, I'm so sorry for cursing. Oh, that's I just saw cherry lights. And I'm not gonna explain why I just saw cherry lights, but I did, and I thought a boat was coming up behind me. Oh, that's funny. Seriously, I apologize for swearing. That kind of scared the crap out of me. Cameron, only blue so far. Haven't hit a flathead. Dude, the ships aren't bad. If you know their lanes, it's not hard to like. I've said this a few times and it irritates people. Well, one, I'm not in like the city, so I'm only where they're passing through. I'm not where they're working. And two, like it's really not hard to stay out of their way. I said a few times that this is one of the safer tournaments that we put on every year. There's not a single pleasure boat. It's all industry boats. Like, I'd argue that the Ohio River is less safe to fish than this river. And we're on kayaks. Like, we can scoot out of the way very quickly. Like boaters can. So I know a lot of boaters who have said, like, you got to watch it, blah, blah, blah. Well, one, I'm not going to put myself in the middle of the river. And two, yeah, if a boat's coming from a quarter mile away and your engine stalls, you're screwed. If I see something coming, I could scoot 200 feet in 20 seconds if I need to. Now, I'm also not saying go buy your first kayak and come out on the Mississippi River. I'm not saying that either. I've hit Hoover a couple times. I'm really bummed that fish popped off. I would have landed that fish and got off the river. That would have been the end of my life. I'm just trying to use up these last pieces of bait and get out. Well, that's a big old splash. Buy your first kayak, Raccoon Creek Outfitters. But BS catfishing, Travis, he just caught a 62-pound. Oh, good for him. I'm really bad with YouTube names and putting them to people's names. So there's a chance I know. I probably do. Yep. And those tankers, they're more quiet than barges. I wish I could move the cat. You wouldn't be able to see it on my phone anyway. Yeah, the tankers are quieter than barges, and they go about 50 miles an hour faster. It is kind of wild to me the lack of lights that they need. I'm assuming they're all legal. The lack of lights that they are required to have on their vessels is incredible. Oh, I think I know Skipjack Cindy. John, make the trip next year, middle of November. There'll be a tournament. That's when you should make the trip. And they give off surprisingly really small wakes. And that's another thing, like that's kind of a myth. So in a boat, those wakes suck because you go up and down, you rock back and forth. In a kayak, you just kind of go over them like they're just big rollers. They don't like you don't fall sideways at all. The wakes that actually are the worst wakes for us are the little jumbo wakes and the jet ski wakes, because those are the only wakes that actually make us like tip side to side. Those big rolling wakes, we just go over with no problem. I'm really bummed. I am not confident in this piece of bait at all. If I have to, I'll reel in one of my rods and throw down one of those suspended rods. Use that bait. No, none of those. I got bit by a horsefly yesterday, but that was it. Ironically, I got bit by a horsefly when I was landing the biggest one of the trip so far. I was tied off the Blaine teaching him how to bump. And it was pretty cool. I was teaching him how to... Ooh, I just got a tickle. I was teaching him how to bump. And so he caught his first 2 bumping fish ever, which was cool. And I caught that huge one literally while we were tied off together. And I was like... It was kind of like... Felt justified. Like, yeah, I'm teaching you how to do it. You're catching fish. And I just caught a giant one beside you. Barge check. All right, no barges. We're good. Also, this is my 3rd day out here night fishing. I kind of have like the silhouettes memorized. So when you're looking for barges in these tankers, you're looking not so much for lights because their lights are so dim. You're more looking for like a silhouette to break in the background. Because a lot of times you'll see that way before you see their lights. Something just got tapped. Unless it was something swimming into my kayak. So the last 2 nights night fishing, I would feel like a tap on my kayak. And every now and then, ooh, that's a fish. That's a fish. Come on, bud. Come on. Swim way hard. Come on. There we go. Smallest bait I've used all trip. Come on, stay hooked up. Yeah, this fish is super small. I'm pulling him up the current with pretty relative ease. I probably won't kill my motor while I reel this guy in. I also need to give Chase's rods a good a good test. So my buddy Harmon has been, ooh, he's pulling a little drag. My buddy Harmon has been using this rod all week, and he's been doing fine. So I'm going to high stick this son of a gun a little bit, try and snap it. There we go. So after I land this fish, if he left me the bait, we'll just throw it back down. If not, I will reel one of my other rods up and steal that bait and just slowly make my way. All right. Suspending 3 and bumping 1 has been kind of a nightmare though, because I keep catching. It's impossible. The fish have been so big and hitting so hard and running so fast. It's almost been impossible not to catch one of your other lines. So all right. I'm trying to decide when I want to turn around so you guys can see me fighting the fish. I hope he's hooked well. Oh, I'm also using Jeremy Chase's hooks. I'm really mad I gave the 12-aughts away. The 10-aughts are huge, but I remember he gave me a whole bunch to give away at a tournament. And I was like, I don't have a reason to use the 12-aughts. I completely forgot I was coming down here in 2 months. 3 months, I guess. So I'm not really horsing him up. He's still 150 feet away from the boat. So I'm fishing 100 foot deep essentially. Once I get to that 40 foot range, I normally let him settle for about 30 seconds. My big thing down here is like I'm a visitor. So I got no business killing no fish down here. You really shouldn't kill them to begin with, but once you hit that 40 foot range or so, that's kind of that 20 to 40 foot range is kind of like that sweet spot for their swim bladder to start releasing that air. You also have to consider you're at an angle. So when my line counter says about 50 or 60, that's actually when I'll give it its first rest. The health of these fish is all that matters. All right, we're at 92. We're getting close. 82. I can't. I used to make fun of people, and I used to crap on line counters. I cannot stress enough how convenient they have made my fishing life. All right, we're at 67. 57. All right, I'm going to now let him chill here for a second while I move my rounds around. We're probably in that sweet spot of the bladder reducing itself, the swim bladder. All right. Well, I just jumped 2 feet from it. Sorry, my camera might blind you guys a little bit. Oh, I moved my net to set up my log. I'm sure the angle right now is awesome. All right, we're about 35 feet. Give it a little bit. Just let it pull them up. 31 foot. 27 foot. Oh, he's got my middle line. Never. I don't think I've landed a single fish that hasn't caught one of my other lines. When I'm out here, I normally bump one and have 2 suspended. I normally don't have the middle one suspended for this exact reason, but oh well. Oh, that's annoying. All right, we're 9 feet away. We should be seeing a leader here soon. Yeah, he might pop off because if my line goes down, yeah. Oh, this sucks. You guys might not see the fish. The line is at the hook. If that line wraps that hook, it's gonna pop. Oh, I can't get him up because of the current and because of him being stuck on my other line. All right. Hold on one second. I got to pop fail with my other rod. Well, I really am putting his rod to the test. Oh my God. Oh, Jesus, man. Itty bitty little blue cat. Oh, this is a mess. This is getting my bait back. Oh, yeah, that line moved the other day. All right, we're gonna show you the fish. My mic's behind me, so you might not be able to hear me. This is probably my fourth or fifth smallest fish of the trip. Everything else has been a lot bigger. I'll turn this off. Quick barge check. Nope. I'm probably just gonna hold my fish. My hands are hamburging me right now, so I'm not putting my hands. See you later, bud. Where'd it go? What? I think it's called most. Well, at least a couple of them. Maybe I'll take one of those things off. Just to hear it. I don't know if y'all heard me. I'm thinking about taking one of the baits off one of my rods and getting rid of the middle rod. There's no point in having it out there at this point in the night. So I just can't remember which one doesn't have the headpiece. I got two half-pound headpieces out. Water temps are about 66. Radical, thank you. I'm gonna have to reel in each line to figure out which one has the headpiece. Oh, that's a headpiece. That figures. The only thing that stinks about this right now is I got to reel in 120 foot of line for each rod just to check which one doesn't have the headpiece. All right, here we go. This giant piece of shad is coming off and going on the bumping rod. Ugh. Give me 1 second, guys. I got to take off this hoodie. I'm sweating after that. I've been having major GoPro issues all week, and it looks like they just got worse. That figures. Whatever. All right, let's hook into a fish that is going to force me to kill my motor. Oh. 8-month-old shad going down. That one hit at about 300 foot of line or so. I think I honestly can't remember now. Never mind. I might be wrong. Joe, the biggest of the day for me was between, I don't know, 42, 43 inches. I didn't measure it. I measured 2 more fish today that were both 40 inches on the nose. And those were the second and third biggest fish I caught. So I'm assuming the big one I caught was right around 42, 43. I've broken 120 in my best 3 fish every day except for my first day. My first day, I literally came out here, fished for about 45 minutes. I had to guess 100, between 110 and 115 inches. And I went home right away. I came out here, caught 3 fish, went home. Oh, this is already hooked up. Oh, that was a. I'm either running my stuff back and forth into a snag, or there's a fish that just keeps on messing. My weight's not finding the bottom. Okay, when that happens, one of 2 things happen. Either a fish picked it up, or you're hung and your line just keeps on going and you're not lifting up your weight anymore. Oh, okay. He didn't take the bait. Thank God. The one really nice thing about 8-month-old shad, it's resilient. It's super resilient. And the really big shad, surprisingly not ruined. I ain't going to say fresh. I'm going to say not ruined. What's up, Alan? I am fishing the bottom half of the Mississippi River down in right near New Orleans. I'm in between New Orleans and Baton Rouge. Got another tanker coming upstream. He'll be here in about 10 minutes or so. I'll do a quick barge check. No barge behind me, no tanker behind me. I'm good to go. So people watching, like, can you see the rod tip? Like of me bumping? Like, can you see any of the rod tips? Garo. I I rarely go live in general. I'm a pretty lazy, terrible YouTuber. I was thinking about going live tomorrow, and I figured I could, if I tested it out right now at night, because I'm hosting a tournament tomorrow. I figured if I tested it out right now at night, I'm not giving any information away, so no one can complain about me, giving a spot. Oop, just got a hit. Come on, bud. Come back. That felt like a really small fish, though. Thank you, Garo. I really want to go live more. I really should. I might, because it's so easy. You just turn your stuff on and just go. Also, I gotta pick up my video content too. I've been slacking. I got like 3 years worth of content I could put out. I could probably put out 2 videos a week for a year and a half straight and still have content left over. All right, barge deck. All right, we got a barge coming down the river. We got a tanker coming up the river. Thank you, Alan. Tomorrow I'll have essentially the same bait I've been using the last couple days, but I won't be strapped to my final 4 pieces. You call me fat or something, bud? Ooh. I hate when that happens. This happened to me the last few times I was out here. The last few nights I was out here. Something clearly hits the kayak, and it's not my rods getting hit. So with my lights on, I'm attracting what I believe is probably mullet. Because I've almost had a couple mullet jump in my kayak. And every now and then, my kayak gets rocked by something. And I'm assuming it's like a fish chasing whatever is near my kayak. It's pretty nerve-wracking when you know there's gators in here, gator gar. Is anybody watching? Question. Is anybody watching the vertical layout? I saw vertical layout was an option, and I made it. So I was just curious if anyone's actually watching the vertical layout. All right, the barge Cummins a solo ship. It looks like a worker boat, so I don't think I have to worry about. Oop! Just had a hit. Come on, bud. That's what I have. What do you have? Are you like answering a question that I don't see? Come on. Oh, there's actually 2 tankers coming up. That's what I mean by you got to look for the silhouette. I'm just now seeing the tanker that was in front of it. Granted, it's a half mile away, but that's what I mean by you gotta look for them silhouettes, buddy. Oh, come on. All right, the tanker behind me looks like he's gonna miss me. I might reel my suspended rods in just a tick, just in case I gotta make a run for it. You don't ever want your rods too far down. If you gotta make a run for it and get hung up, that would suck. Yeah, vertical mode. Like, does it like look good? I mean, I know I don't look good, but like, does the vertical mode look good? Really? Oh, cool. That's good to know. That's good to know. That's how little I do this. I don't know. I didn't know vertical is probably or what people prefer. All right, let's give this tanker a look. Oh no, that's a ferry ship. That's like a party boat. All right, well, you learn something new when you actually start doing this stuff again. I had no idea. Because I know when I lined the camera up, I lined up to make sure the horizontal looked good. I didn't really like test to see what the vertical looked like. I'm assuming it looks okay, or everyone would have bounced by now. But I'll keep that in mind for next time to make sure I'll prioritize the vertical over the over the horizontal. Well, you're hearing me from my other phone. I got my backup phone in the back of the kayak. That's my mic. And then my main phone is my main phone's the video. My main phone is also the mobile hotspot. The American Melody? Is that what it is? The American Melody party boat's going by me. Oh, so you can't see my rod tip while I'm bumping here? Ironically, I actually pointed it down on purpose so people could see me landing fish if I caught any. But I prefer seeing the hit too. So if I land another fish or catch another fish, I'll move it up. After this walk, I think I'm gonna go to the 80-foot shelf. I'll do one more walk and then I'll hop off the live. I'd like to be off the water by like 9 or so. All right, 312 feet out. Can still walk it here pretty good. It's really slow at this point now, though. I'm gonna drop down to a 3 ounce too when I move in. That way I can get the next bump a little longer out. I'm at 323 and I'm kind of reaching my limit on how far I can walk a 4. We're dealing with about half the current that we had last year. Last year, where I'm currently sitting, was about just under 2 mile an hour current. Right now, it's just over 1 mile an hour. But when you're spot locked walking baits as opposed to bumping in 100 foot, you can still walk baits. Let's check. All right, we got another tanker coming down. Nah, forgive me, that's the tanker going up. Yeah, it blows me away the lack of navigational lights on these tankers. Like this tanker coming up only has one red light on it. It has two 360 lights on it, and the red light is actually on the wrong side of the red light's actually on the starboard side of the boat. I guess international laws are different. There's not a single green. I don't see a single green light on this side of the boat or on the boat. That's nuts. No, there's no way they're different. Their lack of illumination, though, is incredible. Yeah, girl, I'm chasing catfish. I'm doing a technique called walking or bumping. I call it walking when you're doing it from a stationary position. Um, so what you're doing is you got to wait, and then a little bit farther behind your weight, you got your bait, and then you just drop it off the bottom. When you feel your bait touch, you lift it up and keep going. Now I got a worker barge coming towards me. Now's the perfect time to reel up and move in. I don't think he's gonna come right past me, but I plan on moving anyway, so I might as well do it now. Also, my lights on my kayak is like car headlights. Like I'm impossible not to see. Doesn't mean I have the right of way. It just means I'm not gonna be missed by a ship coming up or down. I have Garo, I have a video how to bump for catfish. It essentially explains everything that I'm doing. Alright. Gotta get this in the kayak. Normally I wouldn't reel in my suspended baits all the way. I would just kind of reel them up and move, but I want to check to make sure that they haven't hooked over themselves. In this current down there, you never know what's going on. I've reeled up a few baits today with the baits are all tangled on themselves. They rehook themselves. So gonna double check that before I move. That bait's good to go. Large check, nothing behind me, good. And after I move and get set up, I'll rearrange the camera to face up a little bit more. All right. All right. Give you guys an idea what we're fishing with here. That's about the size of my hand and a little bit. Do I got water? Oh, I ain't got no water left. Actually, yeah, this will definitely be the last spot because I'm cramping up. I know where it's only lost one setup so far. I've been hung up on that a couple times. That's my bumping hand. That's my bumping side. All right. All right. Now we're at 85 foot. We're gonna do this one for a little and then get out of here. It took 108 feet of line to get down. Oh, I hate when that happens. There we go. A 115 on that side. What's that? Saint Nilsey? What's up, bud? Thanks for joining. We're gonna try and get one last fish here before we get off the live, and then tomorrow at some point I might go live. Oh, Clint Seeger? Ah, yeah, it is. When I start bumping here, let me know if you can see the top of my rod tip. I didn't realize the vertical thing was a thing, so people told me when I was bumping earlier they really couldn't see the rod tip. I moved it over so you can re-see the rod tip easier. Or I moved it up a little bit. Quick barge shot. All right, we got a barge coming down, but I'm good. He ain't coming at me. Oh no. I'm pretty sure I set up right over top of the snag. You've got to be kidding me. Also, I'm pretty sure 3 ounces might not, or might be too heavy. I might have to drop down to it too. Like where I'm fishing, no joke. You can move 20 feet and go from needing a 4 ounce to needing a 1.5, 2 ounce. Because this three is barely moving. I might have to reel this in and drop to it too. We'll give it a second though. Yep, I'm good. I'm out of the way of that barge. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to reel this up and go to it too. It's working. It's just barely going back at all. The one nice thing though is when you get a little closer, like to the shore, even though I'm in like 85 foot, I only have 12-ounce weights. The suspend fishing gets a little better because your line's not at this like ridiculously wide angle. All right, old barge is coming by me. Only problem with going to a lower weight is when you're this deep. If you don't have the tension to your weight, your line can bow over your bait and your weight. So once you get so far out, your line bows over it, and it's annoying. You miss a lot of fish doing that, but it's a give or take. The give is, would you even get to that fish if you weren't doing it? So only thing that stinks about what I'm doing, I can't see how many people are in the live. I'm assuming it's like two, if I had to guess, if that. We'll do this bump out to, I don't know, 250, and then we will reel in, put a 2 ouncer on it, do one more bump, and then get the hell off the river. Oh, that's a big old bird. Bird, bird, bird. Hey. I thought a pterodactyl was about to fly right into my face. Oh, oh, that's a fish. Oh. 4. Oh, double my estimate, bud. I should do this for a living. All right. It's 8 o'clock. All right. This is driving me nuts. It's going back way too slow. We're going to reel this in, do one last bump with the 2, or walk with the 2. If we catch one, cool. If not, I'm out of here. So, Clint, you're saying you and I are in the Mile High Club together. Clint's my Mile High Club for live YouTube. Aaron, that I'm aware of. God, I'm gonna sound like such a prick. That I'm aware of. It's the 45 incher that I caught. But it's a tournament. Like, I might not be aware. Also, I might be aware, and I might be lying because said people might have asked me not to say anything. I can tell you my worst day, my only day under 120 was my first day when I came out here and fished for 45 minutes. I caught 3 fish in a row and then left. And I was probably 110 to 115. I'm gonna do this bump. I'm gonna reel everything up. I'm gonna stay live until I get across the river, and then I'm gonna hop off live. Oh, I really wish I had water. All right, there we go. It's walking a little better. Got ourselves a tanker coming upstream. We got to see, like, it seems, it's going to sound dumb. I just don't know what they are. Like a mini oil rig over here. It rolled up here with these giant bars on there, like 3 bars on each side, and then it slammed it down in the water and it lifted itself out of the water. The best way I could describe it is like a mini oil tanker. Obviously, that's not what it is. It's just what it looks like. I don't know what it's doing there. All right, we got a workboat coming straight for me with not a single light on. See, that's what I mean. It's wild. There is not a single navigational light on this boat that is coming towards me. Not a single one. My left rod keeps on getting nibbled on, but the head pieces I have on my side rods are if you hold your hand open, go about 2 inches more onto your wrist, and that's about how big they are. Today all I cared about was size. I did no normal or medium sized baits all day. So I caught considerably less fish today, but they were all I think the one I caught on stream was actually the smallest by a lot. The smallest one before that was probably, I would say, 36, 37 inches. I wish I had my cast net. Yeah, 2 ounces is. I mean, I'm 50 feet farther than my last walk already, but it's still a little too much. I wish I had 1.5. I'm leaving here right after this walk. This walk's my final walk, no matter what. So once I can no longer get this 2 ounce walk behind me, then I'm off the river. I would like to be at the house by 9 o'clock. I got everyone in the tournament is staying at the Airbnb. So I told them I'm just going to check them in at the Airbnb. So to be fair to them, as long as I'm home by 9, I think that's fair. Old tanker going by the Drina S. Yeah, yeah, one last gas. I'm out 280 feet, and it's getting a little more difficult to get to walk back. So it won't be too much longer. I'm doing like less than a foot a bump. That is that's about as mind numbing as dragging. It also could just mean I'm going up a little hill, which that's what I'm hoping. That's why I lifted the rod tip up. See if I can get it. Oh, if I am going up a hill. No. Oh, no. I ran out of things to say. So if anybody's in there, ask questions. I'm the ooh. Come on, come on. That would be a perfect way to end this. Do a quick barge check. Yeah, that big one yesterday in the photo was like 43 and or 44 and three quarter. Before the photo, I was able to get it to sit at 45. So it was a very solid fish. The photo of it on the board is on it's in the post. Yeah, I'm pretty sure pretty sure my line is now bowing over my bait. I'm gonna try and straighten that back out. Dan, so the target species would be blue cat. It would be awesome if a flathead hit. It's just not likely doing this type of fishing. I've caught a handful of flatheads bumping and walking baits. It's just not likely. Oh, I'm hung. Get off. Wait. I'm pretty sure my weight's dangling over something down there. That sucks. Yeah, I'm gonna reel it up a little bit, pop it out of whatever it's in. $350 might be the magic number. I'm not really getting much farther back than 350. It's kind of just stuck there. Come on, get over. Come on, bud. If I'm if I'm only going over and uphill, I should be able to continue bumping. But I think I'm pretty sure I've essentially maxed out what a 2 ounce is willing to do right now. All right, I'm putting this in the rod holder, reeling everything up, and then we're getting out of here. So, anyone who is here for the fishing, unless I catch something on one of these rods while I'm reeling up, it's done. I'm gonna leave the live on while I cross the river, just in case something bad happens to me. But once I get across that river, it's smooth sailing. I'm on the right side of the river, and it's down. My launch is downstream from there. Stuff. What was that? God, that's terrifying when that happens. Time to head on over to the world's best ramp of all time. Come on, bud. It's a workout fishing here, that's for sure. Enjoy that gator guard. Now 400 feet of pumping line to get in. I absolutely love these reels. The only thing that bums me out is the ratio kind of sucks. If the ratio in this reel was better, it would be in my opinion, like the perfect pumping reel. We're good. No barge. 150 to go. Oh, that's a massive. I always have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 pumping weight in my vest at all times. Come on. All right. Time to make it back to the shore. Anyone who watched is still on. Thank you, I guess. Let's see if I can make it back without getting run over. Oh, of course, there's a tanker coming. Oh, I gotta wait. I don't have my phone stuck. Those tankers are going. No, I got time. He's way up there. So if it looks like my light turned off, my light's actually on. I essentially got headlights that I can turn forward and backwards. All right, we're out of the way of the tanker. That makes me feel better. Oh, this river. What? What? That made my butthole pucker a little bit. Out of nowhere, there's all sorts of wood and debris. Maybe I'll keep this live on until I get to the actual rant. Oh, that sucks. I see two tankers coming up. They're going to be there right when I'm getting off the water. They're going to bang my kayak around that the rock. Austin, I'll be on. I got to hustle. That's why. I only got this on because I wanted to make sure everyone knew I got back safe. Yo, Austin, if you're in the chat, if anybody wants to go to bed, tell them to leave their board on the counter. I'll check it. I didn't. I thought this was like a little shorter of a run. I would seemingly longer. I always forget. I'm essentially at the end though, so I'm for those who stuck with me to make sure I got back safe. I appreciate it, but the moment I'm at that launch, I am just turning the live off because I gotta hustle. I hate GoPros. My GoPro's frozen. I hate GoPros so much. Guess we'll see if I get any of my footage from this trip. Um, all right, I'm here. Thank you guys for watching me get to the raft. Make sure I'm safe, I guess. If there's even a single person in here.